and he can make their offense work. And they had a great defense last year, and they had a lot of opt-outs this year. So I'm going to say they have a good defense, and he can make it work on the offensive side. Number 5 is the Jets. He likes Robert Saleh. He thinks highly of him. The Jets, I like their receiving core. I like the Jets receiving core. I think Perryman and Crowder are good receivers. I think they're very underrated. I think Mims is going to be good in the future. They need work on their defense and their running game. So let's just see how that happens. I think they're number 5 right now. These next 4 teams literally only need a quarterback. They are a quarterback away from possibly being a Super Bowl contender. Number 4 is the Bears. Allen Robinson is a good receiver. They have a pretty good O-line. They have a promising running back in David Montgomery, and they have a Super Bowl level defense. And they have a good coach. So I think you go there and you can make them definitely a contender. I don't think they win the Super Bowl next year, but they are definitely a contender there. Number 3 is the football team. And the reason I put them ahead of the Bears is because I think I like where they are. I just like where the football team is more than the Bears for some reason. Terry McLaurin is better than Robinson. Antonio Gibson looks like he's going to be really good in the future. They have a pretty good line, and they have a great defense and a great coach. I just think they're better than the Bears. Either way, these are all great fits for Watson. I wouldn't mind seeing him go to any of these places. Other than the Broncos. I think if he goes to the Broncos, that's a terrible move. Now, these are absolutely the 2 best destinations. Number 2 is the Dolphins. Great coach, Brian Flores. Great special teams. Good receiver in Devontae Parker. And a phenomenal defense. I don't think it's time to move off Tua, but if they do, it's a great situation for Watson and them as well. Because Watson is better than Tua as of now, but you don't know what's going to happen in the future, ever. So I'd stay with Tua, but for Watson, great place for him. I think the Niners are a better spot than the Dolphins. Here's why. Shanahan and Flores have both proven to be very, very good when their team is healthy. The Niners were the best defense in the league last year. Best defense in the league last year when healthy. They're gonna get everyone back. They got George Kittle, and they got the trading assets to get Watson. So I like the Niners for him. They were just in the Super Bowl last year, by the way. So Watson, you want to win now? That's a place to win now. So I think that's the best place for him. Alright. Moving on to Matt Stafford's case. He just got traded, but I'm going to read this off anyway because it doesn't really pertain to that. Stafford has earned a winning culture. Absolutely. He's earned that. 14-33 the last 3 years. Watson has had he's talented. Very talented. He's 14-33 in the last 3 years. And it's not like the Lions are even... It doesn't seem like the Lions are even trying to move on. Watson had a coach fired after him going 25-22, getting a division title and a playoff win. In the last 3 years, by the way. 12 years, only 4 winning seasons. You have to draw the line somewhere where you have to start winning games. He's 32. The clock's winding down on him. Start winning games. Get out of Detroit. You have done enough for them. He's earned that. He's absolutely earned that. You gotta stop playing there for a bit. I mean, this has been a wasted career. Alright. So I mentioned earlier that I believe the best spot for Deshaun Watson to play is the 49ers. You can make a case for either of those teams. I just don't think the Broncos are there at all. But all those teams make sense. If you want to put them at number one, it makes sense. So here's what would happen. I played the Dominoes game last. Well, I didn't play Dominoes. I just asked the question: what if Watson went to the Jets? Here's what would happen if Watson went to the Niners. Here we go. So first, obviously, get it out of the way. Niners get Watson. Step 2. Garoppolo goes... Either Garoppolo is a trade piece that goes to the Texans. If not, he goes to the Pats. Belichick wanted to keep him, remember. Belichick wanted to keep him. They know him. They know how to win with him. I think it's best if he goes to the Pats. But if not, he goes to the Texans. It doesn't matter either way. Oh, step 3. Colts get Stafford. That didn't happen. So let's just move on from that. Step 4. Jets get Fields. It's a fresh start for everyone. They can trade Darnold for some defensive players or running back. Step 5. The football team gets Darnold. They got a promising running back in Antonio Gibson, a great wideout in Terry McLaurin, and a great defense and a great coach. Getting Darnold there is a great fit. Step 6. Lions get Zach Wilson. Fresh start. You lost Stafford. You now have no one to carry you to even close to a winning season. You're like going back to the 0-16 days. You're back where you were 13 years ago. So just hit the reset button and draft Zach Wilson and build pieces around him. All right. Step 7. Panthers keep Bridgewater for 1 or 2 more years. All right. He's 28. He's young. This was his first full season in 4 to 5 years. He's young. He did well with the Vikings. Just give him more time to adjust. And if it doesn't work in the next 2 or 3 years, draft a QB and just reset the button. All right, there's nothing wrong with that. Step 8, the Texans are screwed. Well, either they get Garoppolo or they're screwed. One of the two. So, I read this thing. Tony Romo said this is a big game, big legacy game for Patrick Mahomes. Because if he doesn't win, he's never going to pass Brady. And he's right. Because Mahomes has 1 Super Bowl in his last 3 years. Maybe even 2 coming. So, he's off to a very hot start. It's very good. But Brady did the same thing. He won a Super Bowl 3 out of his first 4 years. If Mahomes doesn't win this Super Bowl, Brady now has 7 rings and 10 Super Bowl appearances. I don't think Mahomes passes that. 6 rings in 10 appearances is tough enough. That's tough enough to pass. People are projecting he does it, but the chances of him passing 7 rings and 10 appearances, very tough. So, it's impenetrable. You can't penetrate that. It's an unbreakable record. So, I 100% agree with Romo on there. This is a legacy game for Mahomes. And honestly, when it comes to quarterbacks, you really need to capitalize on these legacy things, or it can really hurt you. Imagine if Aaron Rodgers did not win that first Super Bowl in his first year. He would not even be looked at right now. But thankfully he won it, so, spoiler alert, here comes the top 10 quarterbacks. Number 10 is Aaron Rodgers. He hasn't even thrown 100 picks yet. 400 touchdowns. Best passer rating ever. He has the best 2 passer rating seasons. He's the most accurate quarterback ever. He did get the Super Bowl. He's won it now. It's not like he lost the Super Bowl. He still has a couple more years left to add to the stats and the accomplishments. So right now, number 10. Number 9, Steve Young. I think Steve Young is a great person to put at number 9. He went 94-49. He did 64% completion percentage. He threw for 232 touchdowns. His quarterback rating, 97, my bad. He had 7 Pro Bowls. Tough to argue with that. And when it came to the Super Bowl, he threw 6 touchdown passes. That's a record in the Super Bowl. So I think that's number 9 worthy. Number 8 is Johnny Unitas. I think he should. And honestly, okay, so I thought this was crazy for a second, but I spent like an hour looking at stats for quarterbacks, comparing everyone. He's number 8 statistically, and there's this website. It compares playoff appearances, Super Bowls, and stats and awards. So he's number 8 in all this. But career, 118-63 and 4. 40,000 yards, 290 touchdowns, 10-time Pro Bowler, number 8 worthy. Number 7, Dan Marino. Dan Marino is number 7. Sorry, the music stopped there for a second. Marino, 9-time Pro Bowler. 147-93. One of the more accurate quarterbacks ever. 61,000 yards, 420 touchdowns. Only threw 252 interceptions. And he made the Super Bowl in his second year. Unfortunately, the Dolphins never capitalized for him. So he's number 7. Number 6 is Brett Favre. He holds many records. Or did. I think Manning passed him in some of them. He won 3 league MVPs. Unfortunately, he had to drop on this list. He would have been higher. But unfortunately, he made too many mistakes, especially when it mattered most in the NFC Championship game. So he has to be number 6. I think that's pretty high, too. I think that's a little high for him. Number 5 is John Elway. John Elway, he won those 2 Super Bowls. He made 5 of them, by the way. He's a 9-time Pro Bowler. 148-82. 57% completion percentage. 300 touchdowns. He made 5 Super Bowls, like I said. 5 of them. 1, 2. And when you look at the teams he lost to, I mean, the 86 Giants, stifling defense. Oh my god, he lost to the Niners. Holy crap. You're allowed to lose to the 80s Niners. So he lost to the Niners and the 86, Giants. Who else did he lose to? Hold on, I'm sorry. I just forgot this for a second. My bad. Damn, who did he play? You know what? It doesn't matter.